Good morning, everybody. You are tuned to Computers 2K Now on the Nissan Communications Network. I'm Edman, your host for the next couple of hours, along with Spence.
Good morning.
Good morning.
2K now.
2K
Now.
Now.
It just keeps happening.
Live
in the now.
Gal and Nick are
Out.
I don't know. They're doing something, but they'll join us.
They're
already
nobody's online for Black Friday. That's what I hear.
Yeah, waiting in line.
They're camping. They got tents set up.
Our number 919-518-9773. Computers 2K Voice on Skype. And this morning's show is made possible by VMix Software, Telestream's Wirecast software, and is sponsored by Tom Sinclair of Live Streaming Gear. All right.
Yes, sir.
What's the mess behind you?
Oh, it's just I'm reliving past Black Friday experiences here. So I have a video record, a picture record of the buying stuff. You know, you can get an 82-inch TV this year for $19.99. 82 inches.
82 inches.
You could buy a plain vanilla 60-inch television now for like $600.
I don't know about that.
What used to be so crazy expensive.
It's just so much to what's next? You're gonna build a room with 200.
I think it'll be if technology is going to advance the way they're talking about now. They're talking about thin film televisions that you'll be able to just stick on the wall, basically. All of the electronic components and all that. If it's all just LEDs, and you're just a thin film that you'll attach to the wall, and you'll have a cable come off of it that will go down to the electronics to drive it, but you'll be able to put it anywhere, and any size you want, and you can actually overlap them together to make a larger screen. You know how the news organizations in their newsrooms will have a video wall, and you can see it's made up of televisions with very thin bezels. They're specifically designed for that application, where there's almost no line between the segments, and they use a coordination device that takes a raw video and puts it up on multiple screens at the same time. I've seen that for years in technology used for trade shows. Now they use it in studios regularly for years.
Yeah, it's sort of like what they use out on billboards too.
Yeah, but that's the resolution on that stuff is much lower. It's better, much better than it was on the giant jumbotrons that they have at stadiums and so on.
Is this Gal with us?
It is.
It is.
Senor Gal.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I see you're in the middle of Black Friday there.
Yes. I was working on getting a looped video. I'm almost set up for it. I was going to play around with it here.
He's going to loop it.
Loopy. The problem is I just have to remember how to do, within XSplit, you can do off-scene editing of the scene and then bring it in. You don't have to switch to the scene to edit it. And I just can't remember how to do it. It's it's here somewhere. I mean, there's so many options here that they've had. I've just lost track of all the different editing tools that they have in here. It's incredible.
Well, speaking of tools, is there a tool that takes a PowerPoint presentation and creates a video?
You can do it from within PowerPoint.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I haven't
I
played
think
with
so.
that.
Yeah, I think you can export it if you set up the timings. You mean to take a? I could take an animated or a PowerPoint that's got built-in timings where you just run it automatically. Is
Yeah,
that what you mean?
yeah, I'll
Yeah,
I'll
you should
play
be
with
able.
it.
Yeah,
Somebody asked me,
You
haven't done
mean,
it enough.
wait, do you want to actually create an
Yep.
MP4 out of it, or you
Yes.
want it? Okay. Yeah, they are.
Okay.
if it's not a built-in tool, then there are companies that make tools that do it. But I think the newer versions of PowerPoint will do it for you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Export create a video.
Yep.
So I'll check what they have there. Maybe they have
What
an old version or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I recently. Which one did I upgrade? I bought a license. I don't remember what. Oh, it's on. It's actually on my laptop, my Lenovo laptop, where I have the latest version of PowerPoint, or the one back, like 16,
Mhm.
2016. So, Gal, Best Buy is actually starting their Black Friday today. So all the things that are Black Friday are already available.
Well, I
Right.
would say that is very good of them.
And online. You don't have to go. You don't have to go shop there. So,
Yeah.
and some of the things. Now, granted, some of them you have to look at the ad. Some of the things say kiosk only.
Okay.
So that's fair, but that's starting today. So,
All right. And anything else you want to bring up, or can I start with some news here?
why, sure.
Why, sure. Um, you know, we are we're bitching about the government and bitching about control and bitching about this. Listen to this. Russia has passed a law banning the sale of certain devices that are not pre-installed with Russian software. That's from the BBC. It says the law will come into force in July 2020 and cover smartphones, computers, and smart televisions. Proponent of the legislation says it is aimed at promoting Russian technology and making it easier for people in the country to use the gadgets they buy. But they are concerned about surveillance and fear that firms could pull out of the Russian market. Um, it's got to be Russian software to run it. That's
Well,
what.
reputation wise,
Hmm, I don't
not so
know.
sure. Yeah, well,
You're being told what to run on your smartphones and which operating system. Mhm. And last week we were talking about how the um, Disney Plus accounts been stolen and pirated, whatever. Many Disney Plus users who have their who have had their accounts stolen and put up for sale on the dark web say that Disney has yet to sort their problem. The firm says it does not believe the systems have been compromised, suggesting that members' details have been stolen by other means. They're saying it's because you were using bad, simple passwords. You left something open that they came to you. They did not go to them to get it.
hold on a second.
Uh,
Messed up here. Sorry.
The what?
I messed up. I had the live scene and then I switched to you in that live scene, so you were behind me. It's
Yeah.
kinda weird.
Wait, let's put it up. Is this outside the
I don't know. Let's see,
Newegg?
what is this? Like
What was it?
this is a video from an Urban Outfitters. It's gonna open in a second, and they're gonna watch this mob of people go running into the store.
Yeah, do you remember those those days when people actually, stood in line all night? I don't think that happens anymore, does it?
I don't know. Depends on how the store handles it, I guess.
It does.
Hey, good morning, Nick.
Hey, good morning.
Hello, Nick.
You mean people are still standing in line at night to
Video games, they do. Yeah. Video
Wow.
game releases. Yeah. I just did it last year, November last year.
No, I don't remember you doing it. What time did you go to the store?
Got there about 10:30 maybe,
And what time they opened?
midnight.
And there was a mob?
Doesn't say there's a mob. There's a bunch of people waiting to get the video game.
Okay. Yeah. I know, I remember sometimes when Jim Duffy used to do that every year.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
He
Yeah.
used to go and sit there for 6, 7 hours.
Oh, they still on Black Friday, they still do that. Yeah, absolutely.
I did that once, and I don't even remember what it was I bought, but
Probably
it
something
was a
crappy.
Staples, and I went in, and I was out, like, in 3 minutes. And I had what I wanted because I knew what I wanted. I went right to the counter. I said, "I want that." Walked to the counter, bought it, was gone. But it was a midnight thing. It opened at midnight.
Here it opens up.
Yeah,
Wow.
there. That's just normal behavior. I wouldn't wanna be the guy that actually went out there to open the door. Wow. Take your
He's
life in your
probably
hands.
flat between 2 other doors, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Another year.
Yep.
So what's going on, Nick? What happened with the
Privacy.
webcam?
The privacy options for the webcam were turned off.
Oh, geez.
What turned on?
Turned off.
Damn.
The most recent Windows update turned inside of hold on. You go to settings, Windows 10, you go to settings, privacy, and camera and microphone. Allow apps to access your microphone and allow apps to access your camera. Both were turned off with the most recent update. I spent almost 4 hours. Was it Wednesday night,
You
Amna?
spent more than 4 hours.
Reinstalling drivers. I was about
And
5 minutes away from just doing a total reinstall of Windows.
and
Yeah,
it
turned
all it was that switch?
Yes.
Well, I mean, you don't know that that they're doing all the install and uninstall
Oh, I
of
do
the
know that it had nothing to do with it.
No,
It
that it didn't help, that it
It
didn't
didn't help.
clean things up.
I
That was
have
that
the
switch.
update. I have
Yeah.
the update waiting to go on this machine. I haven't installed it yet.
The update's fine. Just check your privacy when your webcam and your
Yeah, I did install it on my other machine, my other desktop. So
Well,
so
when
far it's fine, but I didn't use any video.
when Nick was saying that that's what happened, I came here in the studio and I looked at the screen and it says, "Welcome to the fall update."
Oh.
I said, "Oh, geez. It already did it." But I checked the version and it says that it's running 1809. I said, I don't
What?
understand. So
How did
I
what
said, I'm going to reboot. And when I rebooted, it finished the latest, the 18.3.6, whatever. But I had a big to do with that too, because the sound didn't work here either. But we had that almost every year with major updates. Something to do with the Behringer drivers.
Yeah, they've dropped support for this device.
Yeah.
It's not a Windows issue. It's a Behringer issue.
And Nick always found a way around and fixed it somehow. But this time I said, the hell with this. I'm not going to go through that again. And what I ended up doing with the help of Nick and Mike, is disconnecting. It's a USB mixer. So I disconnected the USB, did away with it, and I took another sound card, external sound card, connected it between the mixer and the computer, and hopefully that will never happen again. It works. Obviously, you're hearing me. I wasn't sure I did it right, so Nick last night looked it over and said, "Yep, everything looks fine." He wouldn't tell me what to do. He wanted me to do it. And
Have you ever run into with a customer or on your own uh, being forced to understand the settings for the difference between a a restart, a shutdown restart, as far as the having the I forget what the feature is called, but basically it's a fast start where it does like a half hibernate and lets the machine start up faster. The problem with this is that if you have something you're trying to clean up the machine by rebooting,
Mhm.
it may not fix the problem
Yeah, you
because
have
it
to do
does
a
not reset everything.
cold boot,
You have to do you
shut
have to go
down.
in there and do I think restart is I'm trying to remember now.
No,
Reboot or restart is unaffected. You can set it that way,
if
but
you do a restart, it will not reset certain
yeah,
things.
but there are settings you can go in and tune this however you want it to be. And I turned it off on my desktop, and it increased the restart time two or
Yeah,
three hundred
but
percent. It was a
the,
lot longer.
then why
And
not just shut down and then press the button and start it?
No, that
no, I'm
That's
doesn't
just saying,
work. Yeah.
yeah,
What Spence is saying, Microsoft Windows has a feature called FastBoot, and
yeah.
FastBoot caches a lot of system state in a way that the boot is just really fast, but all of the driver memory state and all of that is already pre-calculated. It's not like the driver is loading from scratch. And so,
yeah, and in most cases it's fine.
yeah.
But sometimes if you've got an issue where you're trying, say you have a program that holds on to memory, or you just want to do a reset for whatever reason, if you installed software or whatever, it doesn't necessarily, sometimes it creates a problem. I ran into it one time and I turned it off and I realized it is definitely a benefit. Oh, I know what it was. I have people that just always close the lid on their machine. They never restart. And it goes into sleep mode. And sleep does not reset anything. It so I just said to people every once in a while, once every 2 weeks or so, restart the machine, shut
Yeah.
it down, bring it up again. But that doesn't necessarily fix the problems because it still holds on to this fast boot mode. And so you have to be aware of what you have to do in order to do a true
So
cold start.
are you saying that even if you do a cold start, it holds on something and like loads it from
Depends from
settings that
it's like a hibernate. Remember
yeah,
hibernate? How
yeah,
hibernate writes an image of the state of the machine and then just starts that state up again. So it's exactly where you left off. Mostly.
interesting.
I mean,
Even if you do a cold start.
yeah. So you need, in order to do a cold start though, you have to know the correct sequence to get it to work because it doesn't
Interesting.
necessarily, if you just shut down and start up again, it doesn't necessarily do a cold start.
Yeah, because that may explain, but I never done anything with it, but that may explain why when I changed that sound card, I went ahead, I mean, everything reverted to generic names, and there's a bunch of sound cards in there. And there were uh, three of the alphas in there. So I figured which is which by just disconnecting one and see which one disappeared, and reconnecting and renaming them. So I renamed it Alpha Mixer, and then Alpha Skype and Alpha System. And then I went ahead and renamed it again, realizing, oh yeah, I need to also rename the in and the out. So I did that. It will not forget the old ones. It had the new ones, the new names. But when you go in there, it had the old names also. And I did a cold boot, and it's there. It's like hey, I'm holding on to it. Maybe that's what it is then.
It isn't easy to find the setting, but what you do is you go to settings, and the option you want to choose is system power. You click on system, and you click on power and sleep, and it's basic. It just asks you screen, how long do you want the screen to stay lit before it
Yeah.
goes and plugged in. So what you do from there is you click on additional power settings, and that opens up an old style configuration screen, not the new Windows 10 GUI. And from there, you see you have to choose what power buttons do. You click
Yeah.
on that, and it opens up the screen. It says, power and sleep buttons. What do they do when you press them? And then there's shutdown settings, and this is grayed out. So you look at this, I can't change this. What's going on? There is uh, it's got the little warning shield there just above. It says change settings that are currently unavailable. All you have to do is click there and it opens it up. And you'll see that turn on fast startup recommended is in fact enabled. And it said, this helps start your PC after shutdown. Restart is not affected. So a shutdown does not restart and completely clear everything, whereas a restart will. So that's the part you have to remember. I was telling people shut their machine off and back on again, and it didn't fix the problem. So if you restart the machine, without turning the power off, it will in fact clear it. So
That's interesting because it used to be exactly the opposite.
yeah, and that's why it was so confusing at first. I looked at that, and said, "What? You would think that the good old power on reset would work, but no, saving us from ourselves."
Yeah, saving us from ourselves. Exactly.
Yeah.
Gee,
Oh, well. But
okay.
if you
Well,
do,
I need to check it.
find your way to that setting, there is when you ungray the setting for the to change that setting, there is a learn more button that you can click that will take you to give you some information from inside of a help screen. So you can learn a little more or just do a search on it. And there's lots of people that have written about it because of the confusion. So, Nick, did you hear about the class action suit against FX processors?
I did. I actually got an email about it.
I did too.
Did you do anything with it?
Not yet. I'm going to apply. I actually got mine from Amazon of all places.
So did I.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let
So
me see if
anybody who bought an FX processor, and they list the ones between, was it 2013 and 19? I think it was
let's
something like
see.
that, was
It
eligible
is-
for a settlement.
Yeah.
And I went to the settlement site, and what was originally going to be $100 a processor, so many people have applied, it's only 40. So this is the bad part about class action suits. When they get a lot of people to sign on, there's only so much a pool of money, and they have to distribute it. And the lawyers, of course, get most of it.
Yeah, I'm going to submit this right
But
now.
even $40, I mean, I paid $120 for this
So,
processor.
so why are they settling? What was wrong with AFX?
A federal court approved a settlement class action lawsuit brought against AMD regarding the AMD CPUs identified above. The court didn't decide anything. This is an agreement.
Yeah, they didn't actually they settled. They didn't go to court.
Yeah,
So
but
they
what
both-
were they accused of?
It's not written there. It doesn't tell you.
Huh.
I'm sure it's out there somewhere, but
Interesting.
the information they sent me does not have it.
Did you receive a notice ID and a confirmation code?
No.
Yeah,
I
neither
think
did
that
I.
would have come directly from AMD. But I
Gotcha,
guess
so
I registered it, but I guess they didn't take action.
Yeah.
to notify those people. I looked into that and I said, no, I don't have that. I have my Amazon receipt
Yeah, so do I.
for buying it. So
All right, guess I'm gonna fill this out and see what happens.
$40 is $40.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
sir.
it'll go down even.
Yeah.
It'll go
It's
down.
probably going to be less than that. By the time they process it and the lawyers get their take, you'll get, a 79-cent coupon or something.
Bulldozer class action. That's how they call it.
Unless you're, if I was a lawyer, just for fun, I'd opt out and go sue them myself and see what you get.
The
But the
claim
problem is,
was misadvertising about how many cores were actually inside.
Wow.
But they said it's I don't know, an 8-core, and it's actually some other count.
so meaning 8 physical cores when it was really 4 physical and 8 logical.
Maybe the class action suit alleged that the 8-core Bulldozer FX CPU were falsely advertised as having 8 cores. This stems from the CPU design, as while Windows would recognize each Bulldozer module as 2 separate cores, they share a single FPU as well as instruction and execution resource. So it's a different design, right? And
There was
so they decided to pay 12.1 million to pay the settlement.
I might not be eligible for it. I go into my device manager processors and I show 8 cores.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's
That could
that's
be
the
it
thing.
could be logical. I realize that.
you
So,
are eligible. It's that the 8 cores are being shared. That's part of
yes,
the problem.
I have the 8320E.
I don't even have that processor anymore.
doesn't matter.
I know it. I know.
The thing is,
You
there was
sold it
a
on the black market.
Actually, that's not true. I do have it. That's a lie. It's behind me. Wrong.
there was a story last week that we never got into about AMD releasing their latest, and they didn't say 8-core, 12-core, 4-core. The phrase that they used was many cores. So
I
maybe
think I
that's
would've used
why
multi-core instead of
they're
many
just going
cores.
they're just not going to say how many cores from now on. They're just many cores,
I think their new ad campaign should be lots of cores.
lots of cores.
So here's the question. I'm filling out this survey. I'm filling out this thing. It says prior to purchasing the AMD CPU, I visited AMD's website. Should I click that or not click that?
I know I did because I went and
Yeah,
researched.
I know
it.
I did too, but is this
How are you going to prove it? What?
But I'm wondering if this is one of these like, oh, well, if you visited the website, there was a disclaimer kind of thing.
Why would you? I mean, if I went to buy a processor on Amazon, I will not go to the AMD site. I would just say,
if you're trying to read the description of the processor from AMD, it sure as hell's
I
got a lot more
I
information than Amazon does.
I might have gone to Tom's Hardware or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't.
Well,
Yeah,
the core
but they
advertising came from AMD no matter what. If they
exactly.
didn't put the disclaimer out there and to be seen by the retailers, that's part of the problem. Whether it was on their site or not.
You have to click you went to their website.
You do?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So you're not eligible unless you do.
Oh, okay. I did my settlement. I'll have an update here.
Is the money there yet?
Yeah. Wow. Holy crap. He gave you a Bitcoin. That's
To knock on your door, right? Here's your money.
Yeah. Let's see. So I got an
Yep.
email.
Singing
see.
MoneyGram.
That's it.
Yeah. What do not reply. Let's see.
Candygram for Mongo.
You successfully opened a claim. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. So when is the payout for this? When is the
Next year sometime.
so
'Cause I
December
saw
19th is the deadline for class members to file opt-out requests. December 9th, deadline for class members to file objections. January 3rd is deadline for class members to submit a claim. And then February 20th is final fairness hearing. Oh, you're never going to get this money.
Yeah, the fairness hearing could go definitely not in our favor.
Yeah, it's possible.
Here's a question. May I speak at the hearings? Yes. You may ask the court for permission to speak at the fairness hearing. To do so, You must include in a letter or brief objection to the statement to the settlement a statement saying that this is your notice of intent to appear in Dickey v. Advanced Micro Devices Incorporated. You must include your name, address, telephone number, blah, blah, blah. So, Spence, you want to apply? You want to go speak?
Hey, we could have fun.
Yeah, let's go speak.
Get up there and wheel yourself in a wheelchair.
Spend
right?
spend
Like
$1,000.
I can wheel you in like you're a crazy
and
relative.
I was like, I was normal until I bought this processor. The stress was so great.
My uncle Spence
lost it.
told me to buy this processor, and he bought it too, and now he's a crippled old man because of it. Amna, we need some.
They'll go. Here's your $40. Get out of here.
Amna, we need some plane tickets. We need to.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Let's spend a couple of $1,000 to travel, and then to get $40.
Yeah, but it's for the show.
You might be able to make a really good viral video that you make some money on YouTube.
Yeah, it'll get demonetized because it's like everything else on YouTube.
Yeah,
we need a camera crew. It'll be a good time.
Nick, are you uploading, downloading anything?
No, I see that my video looks like garbage.
Yeah.
That's another setting. It's probably wrong with your machine.
Are you running it on an FX?
It's probably your machine has a setting that says limit bandwidth to video.
Yeah, probably.
And that you have to reset.
It still looks
there you go.
Bad.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, weird, give it a couple of seconds, and it'll.
I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, it's fine now. No, it's pausing.
Well, whatever.
Are you sure? Is your hard drive is not flickering?
What does my hard drive flickering have to do with my?
That means that something is going on in the background. And
well, of course there's stuff going on in the background. I'm doing a bunch of stuff.
Nah.
So I've got
my network utilization is 0%. I'm not downloading anything. I promise.
Yeah, but your CPU is probably cycling.
My CPU is at 30%.
My CPU is 46%. And
but
GPU is 55%.
I'll just turn my video off. That's the solution.
Right, but the CPU we just discovered is lying. So
also, I need to go in and look at my real-time 8 cores and see what they're doing. I could do that.
How will the lawyers be paid? Okay.
In $40 bills.
Here's how much the money's.
That's who's going to make money.
12 million. The settlement is 12 million.
Yeah, but I wonder how much they've set aside to actually do the payout. 12 million probably included everything, the fees and everything like that. Wow.
Yeah, well,
up to $300 per CPU purchased.
That's what it used to be.
Yeah. It's now approximately 40. Yeah. It's gonna go down. It's gonna be like the other one, the not TransUnion. Who was it? Come on. Credit Bureau.
Equifax.
Equifax. Probably just be just like that. It'd be non-existent.
And then once they get your information, they're going to hound you to death with advertising. Buying
email.
Equifax drives you absolutely insane with them trying to sell you protection services. It's like, why would I contract with you?
Yeah.
It's like, you're the ones that screwed it up, and you're trying to you want me to buy protection from you? No.
Well,
have you seen how Wells Fargo is trying to rehab their image this season?
No,
They've got a commercial now with the stagecoach bringing the presents to the house and all this stuff.
Yeah, stealing your data, making fake credit card accounts while they're driving to your house.
Yeah.
The present they paid by the money they stole.
Yeah. Here's a present. Here's 3 lines of credit that are not under your name. Merry Christmas.
The question is, do we know for a fact that they got rid of all those people?
No, they definitely
everybody that was complicit in this is gone and was fined or charged. No, they don't know.
Apparently, it was the entire company because they made it part of their.
It was a corporate policy.
Yeah, you get fired if you weren't doing it.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
All right, let's see. That's interesting. Let's discuss it. Apple has removed the ratings and reviews section from all product pages on its website. The changes were apparently made between November 16 and 17. And it's currently unclear what has prompted this decision, nor when Apple will bring back the option to read the opinion of other customers at the time of purchase. This is from Apple Insider.
Now, they contracted Reddit to come in and revise their system, make sure it's up to date with the latest trends.
That's very interesting to take out. I'm wondering if there's a problem with something, and a lot of people are complaining.
Well, they maybe. I'm amazed when I go to a manufacturer's site and you call up the reviews, and the first one you see is a 1-star terrible review. And that tells me that maybe they're really being honest, and they're showing, if you click on latest,
Yeah.
they will actually show you the latest one. Other places, to get down to the 1-star ratings, you have to really drill down. You have to go in and click a few times to actually find them. Mostly you get the gushing, supposedly verified purchase ratings. I loved it. It solved all my problems. My skin cleared up, because I bought this thing, and now I'm making $3,000 a month.
That's how InfoWars does theirs reviews. It's very obvious.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty funny. Reading those reviews is a good time. Yeah, I agree. I think Greta probably did do it. How dare you?
And
okay.
Yeah, but let's be honest. If you're buying a MacBook or something like that, you're probably gonna. You'll find reviews elsewhere. And frankly, the amount of products they sell, are you really gonna buy your computer based on a review on Apple's website? Isn't your mind already made up? There's not many options to choose between. If you want a Mac,
so you're going to buy the new. Are you going to buy the? They just announced the new MacBook. You can blow it out. It's going to be like $9,000.
Nice.
The hell of a machine.
Yeah.
And what was it? Didn't they just open a new plant in Texas?
Yeah, like in Austin or something.
Trump was the Bush. God, Trump was down there.
Yeah, in Austin.
And it was actually met with Mr. Tim Apple.
Yes, Mr. Apple, my favorite.
I love how he said that, and he just went with it. He thought, well, this is going to be good. They'll like it.
Double down.
Tim Apple. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. When in doubt.
Yeah. T-Mobile, for those of you that have that, says it has suffered a data breach affecting some prepaid customers. No financial data, social security numbers, or passwords were accessed, but information associated with users' prepaid wireless accounts was obtained, including names, billing addresses, phone numbers, account numbers, rate plans, and features that users have added to their accounts. So if you purchase a prepaid T-Mobile phone, be aware, another breach. The talk about phone and breaches.
Why don't they just publish a list of stuff that hasn't been breached?
It'll be shorter.
Well, it'd be easy to find out, right? Instead of looking to find out if you have, just assume that you have and find the places that haven't been breached.
The
ones that haven't been breached are the ones where the systems are turned off.
OnePlus has sent out an email informing recent OnePlus customers of a security issue. This security notification from OnePlus informs customer that an unauthorized party was able to access order information from the company's online store. OnePlus says that payment information as well as account details were not accessed, but names, addresses, email, and phone numbers may have been exposed. The company says it will continue to investigate the matter, but obviously this is no small issue. They all say, no financial information was
because otherwise
okay.
they'll be sued immediately.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's
yeah. Well, I'm a OnePlus customer,
Yeah.
and I have not received anything. So, and it's not in the spam or anything.
Interesting.
So I don't know whether they know what was touched and they only send a mail to those customers, right? But I have not received.
So you saw the story.
No, just
Oh.
now that when you talked, I
Okay.
searched my email.
Hmm.
Nothing. The last email I have from them is from February 28th, which was a purchase. That's it.
Well,
I have now breached my account online, telling everyone that I had a transaction on the February 28th. That is the extent of my exposure for now, at least knowingly, right? I don't know.
Now I've got your information, scumbag.
that's it.
What information?
All of it. Exactly.
I know.
That's the question you should be asking yourself.
What information?
All of the information.
Now, you guys are Outlook users.
Yes.
I'm not.
I was.
Microsoft
I don't use it now.
Microsoft seems to be testing a new feature that lets users add Google services to their Outlook accounts. If available on your account, you should see a pop-up that says, add your Google Mail and calendar to Outlook and easily manage everything in one place.
It was always possible.
I don't know. It's a story. Doing so allows you to switch between your Outlook and Gmail inboxes, though this causes the entire browser tab to refresh and browse your Drive file.
So this is for OWA.
No, it's for Outlook.com.
Yeah.
It's not for Outlook.
Well, they are saying Outlook.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you said browser
Maybe.
page.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so this is for the
It's a-
Outlook web app, OWA.
It goes, it's not clear how Google Calendar is integrated into Outlook. At the moment, you can only select a single Gmail account to sync with Outlook, which could be frustrating since so many people use multiple Gmail addresses. But it would be nice.
Integration is always nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it sounds like they're targeting specifically Google. They're not. So I think sharing of calendars was already possible using iCal, right? Using the URLs that you can export from online calendars.
It was not. It was not having Google Calendars and Outlook was almost impossible.
I'm
It
pretty
worked.
sure
It did not work in a smooth fashion. It did not work reliably, and a lot of the functionality was very handicapped.
Well,
well, maybe functionality, yeah, but
Yeah.
but exposing it, like showing it in your calendar worked, as far as I remember. So
and it never worked really well with iPhones either. Integrating the two, CalDAV was what I used to use to get
Yeah.
to link my Google Calendar to the Apple Calendar on my phone, and it was okay. And since then, I've just abandoned the Apple Calendar and I just use the Google Calendar, and it's all right, but
But
I still have trouble linking Google accounts together and getting it not to double up visually on the screen. Even though I say I want to share these two I want these two accounts to share the same calendar, but what it does is I add an item on one account and it shows up twice on the screen.
if you invite the other account as part of the meeting, so let's say you have yours and your wife's calendar, right? And you have an item that you sent to your wife, so you'll see them both because it's part of both calendars.
Well, no, I understand, but I couldn't figure out a way to have for it to be viewed. If I turn that feature off, then I wouldn't see the other person's calendar, despite whether I invited them or not. So that was I just went back and forth in settings and just I put up with the doubling up now because it's the only way I can get it to work.
Well,
on
maybe
both sides.
iPhone. What I do, so Google Calendar is our home calendar, right? It's what we use to sync up everything between me, my wife, and my son, 18-year-old son. So um, his school schedule, his work schedule is there, and so and our routine stuff and doctor appointments and all of that. And so we have a calendar that is the family calendar, and we have the personal calendars. I get alerted whether it's from the family calendar or my personal calendar. But this way, I don't need to see double. I don't need to invite everybody in the family if it's a family event. It's just in the family calendar.
Well, I'm not actually inviting anybody to anything. I'm just, if I'm in one account and I add a event, it automatically shows up on the other account, but it doubles it, which
Wow,
is what I
that's
don't.
weird.
That's what and I tried to fix it. I couldn't figure out how to fix it. And originally I tried to have like a um, sharing between the Apple iPhone calendar and the Google calendar, and that worked. Like I said, that worked okay. But when I started to have multiple Google accounts, it didn't. It broke. So I can only have the CalDAV for one work.
Interesting.
Well, it's working for me. I mean, it's not a problem. I get it to work. I understand it's going to be doubled up.
I'm on the precipice of ditching Gmail completely. I found a self-hosted open source mail solution that has very good webmail and knows how to act as an exchange server with ActiveSync. So you can use Outlook, you can use anything, and so you won't be limited. And it's not IMAP based. I'm trying to find that, but that's like you need the place to host it. You need a server. Right?
Wait, so you'd be rolling your own mail server?
Yeah,
Hmm.
rolling my own, not just mail server, like Exchange replacement, but
Wow.
it's lightweight, right? So I'm still debating because the main issue with hosting a mail server, and Amnon probably knows that just by running it for his customers, is you need a backup mail server,
Mm-hmm.
right? I do have enough. I have a machine which is remote that can act as a backup mail server, so that's why I'm playing with the idea, just disconnecting completely from cloud hosting.
It's funny that you're kind of describing like the full circle, right? Like
Yeah,
back in
Mm-hmm.
the what was it? Back in the early '90s, whatever. Everybody kind of, or a bunch of people ran their own mail servers, and
right.
everybody said, "To hell with this! This is a lot of work. Let's use Gmail and Yahoo and Hotmail." And now I'm sure we'll start seeing this new trend of people, with privacy in mind, saying, "Okay, let's roll our own servers again." Meanwhile, Amnon the whole time has
Yeah.
been the king of privacy,
Yeah.
I mean,
never giving
for
up.
Amnon,
Yeah.
Right.
right?
Well, yeah, and
He,
for his customers.
well, I mean, his customers need to trust him. That's exactly
Yeah.
the problem, right? We we went into Google because we trusted Google. I mean, there's no other explanation, right? Maybe we blindly trusted them, but we
It's.
trusted them.
I would say that it was because it was free.
Oh, there was no reason not to trust them.
Oh, it wasn't just free; it was hip. Because
Yeah,
you remember in the
that's
early
true.
days, you had to
Yeah,
be invited.
invited.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but not
you
only
couldn't just
that,
go get it.
they gave 1 GB of storage, while your ISP would give you 10,
30
20
meg.
megas,
Yeah.
right? So they were not they enticed you with free, but you also trusted them. There was a discussion about privacy on the get-go because they said we're gonna give it for free, and the price is we're gonna scan your email. We're gonna look into your emails, right? And people were supposed to understand. And I think that's where the invitation system actually made sense because I think those who stepped into the bandwagon first understood the price they're paying. I don't know. I don't know whether a person today who opens a fresh new Gmail account for the first time because reasons, I don't know, age or uh, they're just getting online. for the first time. And yes, there are such people. I don't know if they are aware of the privacy implications. So yeah, definitely gone sort of full circle. The main changes that what Gmail provided. Gmail wasn't the first webmail, right? Uh, but it was the first interesting one. It was the first solution which provide search-centric mail that actually worked, right? They said, don't delete your mail. It was a new concept. Yeah, I'm at the point where I am really fearful of the mail that I have not deleted, right? So it's not like I have anything damning there. It's just concern about what will happen to it eventually.
Well, talking about Google, and I'll get to the bigger story about the phone service later, but Mike had me set up a Google Voice number for the ATA. And I went ahead and I set it up, and the minute I set it up, all my contacts are there on Google in my Gmail, in
They were
my
already
voice.
there.
Why are they?
Wait, how did you set it up?
I went through the steps to set up a Google Voice line, voice.gmail, or voice.google, whatever. But
Through
the
the web
minute,
browser.
huh?
Through the web browser.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So your Google account
and
already has a contact list.
why would it have contact list?
You have that contact list in your Android, Gmail, or whatever?
No, I don't have any contacts in my email. When you go to Gmail and you click on contacts, there's nothing there. But it was in when I went to the phone to the Google Voice settings and looked at the contacts. And yes, I went and I removed them all. I had to do it one at a time, and it would ask and ask and ask. So then I went ahead and I did away with that account. And at that point, I could actually remove them all in one swoop. And I said, okay, never mind. I'm not going to do this. I mean, why? They didn't ask me, do you want to have all your contacts into this account? They just assumed, okay, yeah, let's take it. And that's, it's a little uneasy because now you are exposing other people's information
What I don't understand is where they got the contact.
from the phone.
You set it up. You set it up on the browser.
and
You didn't
and
set up the application on the phone. So
I did not set up anything on the phone. I did not touch my phone. But they
They
ask
couldn't have gotten
you.
your contacts from your phone.
Yeah,
That's all.
they ask. I mean, you log in with your Gmail account,
right.
which has the information about your cell phone.
Yeah, but as long as you save the contacts, the contacts on your phone, not to the. But hold on, you did save them to the cloud. I know you saved them to the cloud because when we switched phone, we used that to sync the contacts. So they were part of your Google account already.
Well, I saw it just as I finished setting the Google Voice number. I saw it starting to populate. Bang, 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 bang. And I said, wait, what is it? Why is it taking them? And Mike said, just leave it. Well, but anyway, I took it out. I removed them, and it's not there. It's the same thing that they don't tell you. Years ago, I realized that all my passwords, when you tell the browser, when you tell Chrome to remember your password, it's on the web.
If you sync and you can switch it off.
You see, but by default it syncs. Oh, it used to anyway, and I didn't know it until somebody mentioned it, and I went ahead and said, "Wow!" So I stopped syncing and removed them.
It's the same like LastPass and anything
Huh?
else. But yeah, it's in Google. Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
I don't use that because it's not. They're not hiding it. It's all in plain sight.
I
It's just
understand.
people don't notice.
I
That's the
understand. You don't notice, you don't
yeah.
think about it, and they take advantage of it. That's the problem I have. All right, Spence, you want to do specials?
Sure. You mean now?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
You ready for it?
I am ready. For once, I'm ready, actually. I have it sitting here. So, preview for Black Friday, actually, of our three favorite retailers here. Best Buy has actually started their Black Friday today. So the things that I mentioned when I get to Best Buy are actually available today. Many of them online, some of them are labeled. You need to go to the site and confirm kiosk only. So you have to be, take the time to look. If you're interested in something, go to check to see, number one, that it's in stock.
Hold on, hold
If
on,
they,
hold on, hold on. Go back. Wait, why does Gall get the biggest TV? That's bullshit. He's the newest member. Spence, what the hell?
what?
What do you mean, what?
I knew.
No, he's the most expensive, but we're all low maintenance, you see.
Yeah, but this is
He's the
ridiculous.
expensive.
This is absolute. This is bullshit.
All right, I'll have to reverse it. All right,
okay, cancel special. I can't.
All right.
I'm being discriminated against.
Actually, I gave absolutely no thought to that premise.
Yeah, that's exactly what they
took
say.
them off the screen and put them there. That was
Well,
all.
Left's been saying that for 20 years.
Yeah. Actually, I need a better updated picture of you. So I'm kind of young in that picture, but I took it right off the the homepage for computer.
Wow, look at that monitor. Never mind. I'll let Spence go.
All right. The first things you see on the page here were actually from an old Walmart ad, but these are not current prices, so don't go looking for these if you recognize the Walmart background there. So don't hold me to that. Okay, so it was hard to fit everything on here, and I decided to just forego a lot of the graphics because what good is to say, oh, here's a picture of a laptop?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sometimes it's like, who cares? But so I elected to eliminate a lot of the graphics and just go with the text on some of them. So, all right, Computers Chicken Out specials, November 24th, 2019, Black Friday preview edition. So at Staples, we have Apple AirBuds.
AirPods.
What? AirPods, I'm sorry. AirPods. Forgive me. Apple AirPod Bluetooth headphones with charging case, white, for $134, which is $25 off their regular price. They have a Power Beats Pro totally wireless Bluetooth earphones for $199, which is 50 off. Now they have some really good laptop deals. It's amazing. Now I guess there's probably like 2 per store kind of a thing. I don't know. But if you're up for an i7, i5 laptop or one of the high-end AMDs, good sales.
Wow.
HP Pavilion 15.6-inch Intel. It's a true quad 4 i7 laptop. $499, $330 off the regular price. Lenovo IdeaPad S340 i5 15.6-inch, $429, $270 off the regular price. Deals on monitors. You got an HP 24-inch LED monitor for $69.99. That's $60 off. HP Pavilion Desktop Core i5 $349, $280 off. And these are not slouch machine. 12 gig of memory, 1 terabyte hard drive. Now it doesn't say what version of Windows 10 it has on it, but that could make a difference for some users. HP AMD A9 laptop, 14-inch, $229, save $170. If you're looking for a printer, a laser printer, now's the time. Brother HL2320D. Now this is not a wireless printer; it is a USB connected printer. 39, but it's $39.99, $40, save $60. You need just a casual desktop printer. Amazon Fire Stick 4K, $24.99, half price, save $25. Roku streaming stick, 3810R, $29 is 20 off. Seagate Backup Plus portable external hard drive, 4 terabyte for $79.99, save 30. 5 terabyte for $94.99, save $35. Netgear Nighthawk AC 2400 smart Wi-Fi router, $79.99. That's $120 off the regular price. Now this is a deal. Acer 32-inch LED monitor, 32-inch for $129, save $120. HP Slimline desktop PC, Core i3, $369.99, save $100. HP Pavilion Core i5, $479, save $150. Epson Expression wireless small-in-one printer for $89.99, save $110. Brother has the more expensive version of my favorite printer that they sell, which is the printer scanner fax copier version. It's got the sheet feeder. Now this is the upgraded one. I have the base one, and they do still sell the base one that usually sells on sale about $120. But this is the 2720 DW duplex wireless all-in-one, $139, save $60. They've got the Brother color laser printer for $179, save $70. And HP Envy 7155 photo printer, wireless all-in-one for $79, save $100. And then finally, Lenovo Flex 6 Core i7 laptop, 14-inch, $599, save $300. Amazon Echo Show 5 smart display for $49.99, save $40. And the Logitech MK540 advanced wireless keyboard mouse combo, $31.99, which is $28 off. So deals, deals, deals. Now, keep in mind that this is a Black Friday. I don't know when they started at Staples, so you need to check that this is not in effect yet. This is considered a preview. All right, Office Depot Office Max Black Friday preview. We've got a HP 15.6-inch Intel i7 for $549, $350 off. Lenovo IdeaPad S340. Actually, this is the same model as the one we saw up top. That was a Core i5. This is the Core i7 version of it. $449.99, $330 off. Lenovo IdeaPad 730S 13.3-inch Core i7, $799, save $500. This is a Featherlight, Ultrabook, extremely thin. Lenovo Idea Center 510 desktop Core I cut it off. I believe this is an i3 machine. $369, save $250. And here's a deal for those of you looking for an all-in-one for a public space in your house, good computer to let kids work on when they're out in the open. This is an HP 21-inch all-in-one desktop AMD A6 for $279, save $170. They've got a 32-inch curved monitor, AOC curved monitor for $169.50 off. An AOC 16-inch LED battery-powered portable monitor. This is very handy for certain things. If you travel, you want to have a second monitor with your laptop. 16 inches, it'll fit in your bag. It's the same size as a 15.2-inch laptop. So you can carry it. $79, save $20. I struggle to use a single screen for certain things.
I wonder if you can hook it to your phone.
Huh?
I wonder if you can hook it to your phone.
I guess with the correct monitor, sure. Or with the correct adapter cable, sure. Why not? Or you could hook it up. You could use a Chromecast or something like that to stream. Send something from your phone to the screen. That would make it easy. Because I bet it has. I didn't drill down yet. USB powered. It's probably got an HDMI connection. Primary. That's probably what's the. If they have anything else, I'd be surprised. But it's probably HDMI. AOC curved 32-inch monitor.
It's the same.
Is this the same
different monitor, but same description.
Yeah, different monitor. Well, this is an AOC. The other one was
no, it's AOC.
Acer.
No, the one in the first one on the left is AOC.
Oh, did I do them twice?
Well, but it's a different graphic.
Yeah, I guess I did it twice. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Me losing my mind. Okay, same. It's the same monitor twice. My mistake.
Okay.
You're going to fire me because of this now?
No.
One demerit. All right, Logitech MK30. This is actually cheaper than the other offer. This is $18.99 for the same keyboard, 21 off. 650 VA Amnon battery backup APC, $29.99.
Mm-hmm.
Save $50.
That's like 500 watts, right?
Yeah, I'd like to go get this myself. That would be nice. Office Home and Student 2019 is $50 off for $99.99. Now keep in mind this is only Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. So if you need something more than that, you're going to have to probably go with Office 360, which is a subscription. This is a one-time buy, and you get this, so you don't have to keep renewing it. Let's see, whole house Wi-Fi system, regularly 20% off all whole house Wi-Fi systems priced $129 or higher. They also have that printer I mentioned before from Brother, the printer scanner fax copier, $60 off for $139.99, the 2710. They've got an HP LaserJet Pro printer, color printer, for $270. Now it doesn't say it implies color. I'm trying to remember if there was actually color. I do believe it's color.
It looks
The
like
281 FDW for $279, $150 off. And finally, good deal on a P-Touch label maker from Brother, $9.99, save $30.
Wow.
Well, you know, the tapes can be expensive.
Yeah, but you can find them cheaper on
But you can
eBay,
get
on
'em cheap. You can get 'em. You
Amazon.
can get third-party ones now
Yeah.
too, which is good. So it used to be you couldn't buy anything but Brother. And if the way it's set up, you have to really make sure you set the settings so that it doesn't have that much lead.
Yeah.
To waste the tape. And I find the easiest way to save on tapes, if you know what you want to print, you print it as one long label with a few spaces between each set of texts. That
Right.
way you can string it all out and then just cut it to size. That saves too, but you got to plan ahead for that. And finally, a Logitech Z313 three-piece speaker system for $24.99, which is half price, $25 off. That's all at Office Depot, Office Max. And finally, now at Best Buy, Black Friday deals now, as they claim in their ad. Dr. Dre Beats noise canceling headphones, $199, which is $150 off. Dell 15.6-inch touchscreen laptop, i3, $279. That's $170 off. That's a good. At that price, it's the stocking stuffer, right? Dell 15.6-inch Core i5 for $349, save $250. Amazon Fire tablet, 7-inch, 16 gig memory, $29.99, save $20. Amazon actually offered an upgrade deal. They sent me something to say, trade in your old Amazon Fire tablet for a new one. And I think they offered me $3 for my old tablet. It's like, yeah, great. Excuse me. It wasn't worth much. My original Generation 1 Apple iPad was worth $5 as a trade-in. I think it cost more money to ship it to them than it would be to, it wasn't worth it. They also have the Fire Stick 4K with Alexa voice remote streaming media player for $24.99, $25 off, so it's half price. Western Digital 5 terabyte external USB 3.0 drive for $89.99, save $80. HP Envy wireless all-in-one printer with $10 of instant ink included, whatever that means. $29.99, save $90. You're looking for a photo printer. My only caution with any of these inkjet printers to do photos is that if you're not using it a lot,
it dries
I don't
out.
know I don't really know what's the solution here. Just print something once a week, once a month to
Yeah.
get because otherwise the cartridges dry out and it costs you a fortune to replace them to print one thing. Right. So this is not a use twice a year printer.
Right.
You got to be aware of that. And don't turn it off, because if you do that, there is also a maintenance cycle that the printer will run through. If you turn it off, it won't do it. If you think you're saving money by keeping the printer turned off, well, you're not. You need to leave it on so it can go through its maintenance cycle.
And you
So
can.
I just registered for the instant ink. I have an HP Office Pro and the cartridges that I bought from the store, they started to get depleted, and so I looked at the subscription, and I gotta say it's cheaper than buying cartridges if you're not printing a lot.
Oh, that's
Because
good.
yeah, because buying a set of cartridges, even third party, is gonna set me back 40 to 60 bucks. That's just third party. If I'm buying the set from HP, it's gonna cost me 100 something. We print very little, and now I pay um, something like $1 a month or $2 a month, and I get to print up to 10 pages. Now, the good thing about it, and after that, each page will be $1. Now, things to look out for. If the page is empty, it still printed a page. So always control what you're printing. Also, if um, the um, the remaining credits, the if you haven't used all of your pages, it is rolled over for the next month.
That's good.
Yeah, but not all of them. So you can get like a like 2 months worth of printing in a month if you didn't do in previous month, but it won't roll over again. So you get a max of 1 month buffer. Overall, for a long term, if you don't print a lot, it is best. It is best.
Well,
But yeah, they
Ga-
know whether you're printing or not. They track it from the web, from the cloud. So that's the pay. That's
Gal,
what you're paying.
that I
Yeah.
know that's before your time, but we have a good friend of the show, Nabil,
Mhm.
at the fairgrounds, uh, far, flea market at the
Okay.
atrium, and he fills up refills cartridges for $10,
Right.
and
But the
and
thing
and
with these machines and refills is, yeah, it works, but
no, it works great. And I used to help him, so I used to do it for about 3 years with him there. And I mean, I don't have any more inkjets, but for my own, I mean, I would just go and fill it up and go. I mean, it works, but you can't let it dry. That's the trick. So you have other ways to do it, and is to go to the ink man at in the atrium of the uh, Hillsborough Street flea market,
right.
and
But
it's ten
remember,
bucks.
modern cartridges report to the printer that they are
And
depleted.
there are ways around that too. You
But
put
here I get it
no, no,
shipped,
no. I'm not saying.
right?
Look, I'm not saying replace it. Yeah, it's a
No,
good
what
way.
I'm saying is I think they found a way of
Let's discuss this after we finish with the special. I mean, that's a
sure.
good discussion. Spence, you keep going.
Okay. All right. Sony CH700N wireless noise canceling over-the-air headphones for $89.99. That's 110 off. Microsoft Xbox One X 1 terabyte Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order Deluxe Edition console bundle. It's a mouthful.
You want me to make an appointment with
$349.99,
your?
save $150. Is this a good deal, Nick?
You want me to call your dentist to make an appointment?
Yeah.
Nick,
Is this a good deal?
where's Nick?
Oh, all right, we'll come back. A
I'm here.
Corsair.
What's up?
Oh,
What's
The
up?
Xbox deal.
Yeah.
Is
Is
it
that a
good?
good deal? Xbox One terabyte Star Wars Jedi bundle for $349.
You want the crappy game, yeah?
Oh, all right.
how much is the Xbox?
It
Right, so-
depends. There's a whole bunch of different versions.
Oh,
There's like
okay.
9 different versions.
Okay.
It's a good
Okay.
price
All right.
if you want that game.
Okay. Thank you. Corsair Pro Wired Gaming Bundle with RGB backlighting on the keyboard for $89, save 70. HP 27-inch LED FreeSync monitor for 109, save 140. Western Digital Easy Store 12 terabyte external USB 3.0 hard drive for 179, save 100. 512 SanDisk SATA solid state drive, 54.99, save 35. A Western Digital Easy Store 3 terabyte external USB 3.0 hard drive for $89, save 80. Netgear Nighthawk AC 2600 dual band Wi-Fi router for $89, save 100. Netgear Orbi 12 AC 1200 dual band mesh Wi-Fi system 4-pack. So that means one base station and 3 satellites for $249, save $50. This is always a good. Now this is General Electric smart bulb starter kit. Comes with the one smart plug, 4 bulbs, 819 bulbs, for $34.99, which is $35 off the regular price. So if you're looking to dabble in this stuff, you want to play around with it, this is a good way to start. A Lenovo Smart Clock with Google Assistant for $39.99, say 40 is half price. And finally, this is for you, Amnon, the Hasbro Nerf Elite Titan CS50 toy blaster. Now, I just heard that Nerf, the Nerf stuff has come under criticism because of potentially being hit in the eye with this stuff. So who knows? $49.99, say $50.
So I actually have a review.
You do?
not for this, but for Nerf in general. Our office we're like almost when we were around 80 people there. When we got the new offices, one of the perks was the company purchased a Nerf gun for each desk. And so we had Nerf battles going on from time to time. There is no risk with this thing. It is ridiculously soft. It is, yeah, you can, from point blank, if you pull to somebody's eye, it's gonna hurt. It might even do some damage, but the moment you play with it responsibly, it's no risk. Not really. It's fantastic. It's the only gun I am willing to carry.
Do people run when they see it on your hip?
It's fun. It's a great game. It's a great toy. It is really fun and completely harmless.
Good. Okay. Unless you put a little pin with Curare on the end of the
Oh,
things,
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just gave somebody an idea.
There are people online who mod these, right, to and replace the internal mechanism, so it'll fire stronger and fire further and all that crap. But the toy itself, the way you buy it from the store, it's completely fine.
Good. Okay. All right. So that's Computers 2K. Now Black Friday preview / current at Best Buy for November 24th, 2019.
Thanks, Spence.
Happy buying.
So, Gal, you can go back to talking about the subscription.
So,
ink. Go ahead.
I when I read about it when we bought the printer, I didn't subscribe immediately because first I wanted to see how long the ink inside the machine will last, and it lasted quite a bit, 3-4 months, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So we printed a bunch, and we got use of it. Now it's time to fill it up, and so I subscribe to it. Whether I'm going to keep subscribing to it, I don't know. But for now, it seems like the package that they give is fair, and it is cost efficient for me as a very lightweight user. You can opt out of the subscription anytime you want, and just buy a set and put another set of cartridges inside, that will immediately stop the subscription. So it doesn't. I mean, when the time comes that I decide to unsubscribe, I'll let you know how easy that was, if it was. But it's not like you're bound into a contract. I already got the package on my desk. I haven't installed it yet because I still want to use as much as I can from the
Mm-hmm. Sure.
existing one, right? So I haven't activated everything yet. Um, and while filling it up with different ink can work, and I understand that, and hacking the cartridges so they won't report as depleted can work. I understand that as well. All of that is great, but if you can get with very little hassle and practically the same amount you're going to pay, right? If you can get the original manufacturer's solution, that's enticing, right? And I think what they did with this subscription, they found a way of how to beat the pirates, right? How to give the people what they want with a price that was the price point that makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
and so we don't need to find alternative. And um, and I wonder if it'll work for the long term. That's what I
Well,
decided to go for it. Try
we'll
it.
find. I guess you let us know.
Yeah, I will. I'll let you know the first frustration that comes up with this. The first time I feel that they have, cheated me out.
Oh,
I got a
go ahead.
I got a new home assistant this week. Part of I don't know if you did this, Gal. Part of your Spotify premium subscription is a free Google Home Mini, and I went ahead and applied for that a couple weeks ago, and it came this week, and I've got that all set up. So pretty cool.
I have as you know, I have Alexas, and I have one Google Assistant Mini from way back. Uh,
Do they talk to each other?
No,
First of all, you can. If Google Assistant will say Alexa, Alexa will wake up. If Alexa will say, "Hey Google," Google Assistant will wake up. I remember there was a video when Google came out with their assistant. There's a YouTube where you see them looping. It's like so yeah.
No.
But I can't say that one is better than the other. I the reason I bought the Google Mini was I thought of actually using the Alexa as a Bluetooth speaker for the Google Mini and having the Google Mini do the work, because Google has better speech recognition, uh, understands your questions and your wants better than the Alexa, but Alexa hooks up to everything a lot easier. At least that was the case when it started. The problem is that the Google Mini does not connect via Bluetooth to anything. It can be a Bluetooth speaker, but it's useless as a Bluetooth speaker. It's a very small speaker and not very well. It doesn't have an auxiliary output. The only thing it can connect to is um, Chromecast, and I have zero Chromecast ecosystem stuff around the house. So it just sits there, and I probably use it twice a year to ask it something that Alexa that can't answer. That's it.
Huh?
I decided that I'm a fair opportunity person, and I want both companies to spy on me with it. That's all.
All right. So Nick is happy with his.
Yeah. What are you doing with it?
nothing. Just set it up.
Yeah. So what? Any plans? Anything?
No, no.
Hey, I just was chatting with John and about he was asking about a Canon color all-in-one printer. I thought it was a laser. Maybe it isn't. But I use a laser. And I know Amnon, we both have the same one. It's a Dell 1760.
Yeah.
That we got, like, what did we pay for it? $79?
Yeah.
It was a really good deal. I don't know who makes it. Was it Lenovo?
It's no, it's
Oh no, Lexmark?
Lexmark.
Lexmark. Yeah, okay, Lexmark makes it. But the only thing I don't like about it is that if you want to print photo quality, it is not photo quality. It is a laser. It's good. It prints very good for general color laser printing or color printing. It's excellent. And I have printed pictures with it and actually put them in frames, but you're not going to get super high resolution crisp. Now, granted, I've never printed it on photo quality paper. I've just printed it on plain paper. But for general color printing, it's excellent. And it's very, very economical. I've checked the prices for these particular laser color cartridges. They're not really a cartridge. It's a what do they call it, Amnon? It's like a I forget what it
It's
is.
called a toner.
Yeah, it's a toner.
Yeah, it's
but it's not.
it's
It's not,
toner.
a,
It's not
It's still a
ink.
cartridge, but it's toner.
Yeah.
It's not, and it's very reasonable. I could replace it for the whole printer for like $80. all four colors.
You can get a set of cartridges for all the colors and 2 blacks and the other 3 on eBay for about $30 some.
Okay, so that's how it shows you how long it's been since I've
Yeah.
checked. But yeah, it's
Let's see.
general color printing is fabulous.
Let's see who's online here. Hello. Hello, hello. We can't hear you.
Oh, it's Elon Musk. He was going to call in and talk about the new pickup truck and the exploding capsule that they tested this past week. 2 nice embarrassing moments for
Yeah,
Tesla
it's not coming
and
through.
SpaceX. Did anybody look at the announcement? Or the,
I'm
I
wondering.
saw just the baseball thing. The baseball hitting the glass.
yeah, it is an ugly truck. I mean, seriously,
I mean, it is.
it's like did you run out of money on designing it, so you came out with this? God, it's ugly. It kind of looks like a
It's a
a
sci-fi
DeLorean
themed
version of a
car.
pickup
Yeah.
truck. Oh, I don't like it. Now, maybe sitting in it might be fun, but look at what do people have to do to get in the back seat? They're going to hit their heads. It's got a full-size back door, but the roof profile is so low that you have to duck down to get in the back seat. How do people sit in a hole in the back seat?
I don't know. I didn't look at the truck internals or anything. So
Oh, I like the concept, although the first version is not going to be the long distance version. They got 2 versions of it. One is 40 and one is 70.
Hello there.
There you are. Now you're there. Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Hey, Gene. Yeah, now we hear you.
All right. If I can go back to something earlier in the show, I need a little help on something. The last time on my main computer, I got iTunes on there, and there's an iTunes update and a cloud update. I went ahead and done it, and when I do that, it always does a restart. And if you recall, Adnan, I did that restart, and that restart was disastrous. It ran, for a day and a half or something like that. Finally, I found out that it corrupted the system, and I had to really go back and restart the whole thing. So I'm almost frightened to do it again, and let it restart. Early in the show, did I understand that there are some settings that you and maybe Spence talked about that will make that or any kind of a restart when I do a restart or I shut down safer?
Now, that doesn't happen every time you restart. This was a restart after you updated.
Right.
Yeah, what happens if you do a restart, just a restart without it doing anything?
Well, the default setting.
No,
will be
wait.
that
Let him answer.
It will do a full restart.
So when you do, right now, for instance, if you just did a restart, how long does it take?
Well, I haven't done it in quite a while.
I mean,
I really,
oh,
I really can't tell you.
that's a problem by itself.
I know, but when I do a restart, it destroys my system because Microsoft, Windows 10 comes in. then I get leery about doing it again. I always used to do it all the time.
Okay, I could not answer your question in that case because that means that every time you restart, it has updates to take care of. So there is no way to tell, is it the computer or is it because there are updates? You need you need to restart your computer more often, and the only way to find out if there's a problem in the starting sequence is to restart it, let it finish what it needs to do, and then restart again and see if it takes just as long.
Yeah, okay, I can do that. And I used to do restarts all the time on a regular basis.
It used to.
So, and I always knew that. But I've been kind of leery of it ever since this happened. So I was wondering when I was listening earlier that maybe there's a setting or something, a default setting or something you said, Spence, that could make it a little safer when I do it.
Well, the default setting is it turns on that smart boot, which means it caches some of the system state when you do a shutdown. But if you do a restart, it doesn't do that. It will start clean. And that's why a restart seems to take longer than a boot up.
Yeah, okay. But I mean, again, don't give him this information because in Gene's mind, it takes a little longer is a day and a half, and that's not normal.
Oh no, that's not normal. But you can defer your Microsoft updates if it's Pro up to a year. If it's not Pro, I think it's only a week or two, something like that. But the best thing to do is when it'll inform you. The little message box on the lower right will come up and tell you, you've got an update. And the best thing to do is to plan around that and make sure everything's shut down. There's nothing running in the background, and then do the update when you're not going to need the machine for a while.
Yeah.
But the longer you wait, it kind of piles those things up.
Yep.
There will be security updates, there'll be interim updates, and then there'll be feature updates. And if you do all those at once, it's going to take a long time, especially on a local machine.
Okay.
Gene, where are you?
I'm home now.
Oh, okay. I was
I'm not at that main computer. I'm down on my laptop.
That's okay. No, the reason why I'm asking is because I saw a story yesterday that Cayman Island Bank, whatever, was breached.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
So Ted, you just go ahead and Google on it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Okay.
By the way, I heard you talking about my old employee Tim Cook and
Tim Apple
and Donald Trump going out to Austin, Texas. That plant. Yes. Spence out in Austin, Texas. We opened that plant that now belongs to Apple. That was an IBM plant. We built cards out there, and it reported to me for a while.
Cool. Oh, yeah, I've been to that plant, although it wasn't for a tour or anything like that. It's just I had a meeting. This is years ago.
Yeah. When Tim was with us, he used to go out there a lot. So I think he's pretty used to the place.
Interesting. Well, Tim Apple, make sure we call him by the right name. That was funny. Yeah, I love how he was very gracious about it, which was good.
I know.
So
yeah, he looks a lot older, and it looks like his teeth are all screwed up or something. But anyhow, he sure knows what he's doing.
Yeah. One would hope.
All right, take care, guys.
All right.
All right, take care.
You too. I was gonna talk about something that happened this week. Actually, it happens last week. I use voice over IP service from Voipo for the last, I don't know, some years. Well, not last week, but the week before last, it started being a little flaky. And then finally Saturday, it went down. And Sunday it was down. Monday it was down. We got an email from the owner of the company saying, I'm sorry, but we had to move. And in the move, something was messed up, and we're having problems bringing it back up, and et cetera, et cetera. Long story short, it was Thursday. I decided, okay, that's it. I mean, yeah, I called and I let people know my cell number and I put it on the website and all that because I mean, you got a business to run, and a lot of other people were complaining on DSL reports also, and it turned out that really nobody had service. I ended up going with a company called Anveo, Anveo, which Nick told me about. Trying to port the number. I mean, and this is all, I mean, lessons that you can take with you. Porting the number from Voipo to Anveo. Anveo wants to send a code to that number so you can prove that it's your phone. Well, the system is down, so there's no way to send one. So then you have to go through paperwork to do that with. As it turned out, somebody came up with a trick and said, just set up so it doesn't forward, and you have voicemail, and then when they call you, you may get the code into your voicemail in a recording. Sure enough, that worked. Had it ported over. The phones are working. I had to buy my own terminal adapter and OB High. Got it the next day. Everything is working. The new company is nice. It's a little cheaper than Voipo. They have a lot of features.
I like that. I like that robocall, kind of passive robocall.
Yeah,
feature it had.
Voipo had integration with Robocall. I mean, no more Robo. And what happens there is if a caller is on that list of no more Robo, it rings once and then that's it. Anveo does not have no more Robo, but Anveo has a call flow IVR system that you build your own rules. And one of the rules that you can incorporate there is when your number is being called, you can inject in there, press 1 to continue, which is part of a whole attendant. You can say press 2 for this, press 3 for that, and all that stuff. But you can say press 1 to continue. And robocalls don't have the ability to do that. Not yet, anyway. So ever since then, I did not get even one crank call, which is great. It works. But going back to Voipo, so at this point, I still have a subscription to Voipo until next year sometime. And we were talking on DSL reports with the owner of the company. He was accessible. I got to give him that. And by the way, Gene, it has something to do with IBM. They were saying that they were in an IBM facility, and IBM closed that facility and gave them a very short notice of a few days that they have to get out, and wouldn't let them take the hardware, wouldn't let them take the hard drives. We got into a whole discussion about why didn't you have backups. But anyway, I said, look, I need a phone number from you now for that line that I have with you. Yes, I'm not going to use you as a primary number because that's obviously you proved that you can't rely on it. But if I can't get another number from you, then I'm going to ask for a refund. If you give me another number, I'm not going to ask for a refund, and we'll just keep it as it is. So I got a number. Somebody from the office actually remotely accessed the terminal adapter and configured it, and things started working. Before that, they were saying you just have to reboot it, just reboot it, just reboot it. And boy, I told him, I said, I'm wearing out the power port on that little terminal adapter by pulling the plug in and out. Uh, the thing to learn from this is, if you're running a business, and the reason again why I'm saying this is because my doctor, general practitioner, has Voipo also, and they were down. What you need to know, if you're running a business, you need to have contingency plan. So my contingency plan at this point, which I didn't think about back then, is to have two numbers on the website. I don't need necessarily to put my cell number, because if you dial my main number, it will forward to my cell phone if I'm busy or if I'm not in the office. But have another service that doesn't cost much as your secondary number from a different provider, because obviously those providers are going down. Now, even if you get something from Spectrum, it could go down. Of course, if the internet goes down, yeah, it's messed up, but at that point, it will forward into the cell phone. So two numbers with NVO and what is it? Obitalk, obitalk.com. NVO has a special plan for people that have an Obitalk account, which is free. And for $3.30 some cents, you can have a cheap plan. You can also get a free plan from NVO, but it's very limited. And put both numbers on the site, on your website. Put both numbers on your business cards. So if people are trying to call the first one and it doesn't work, they could call the second one. You can also set it up, and I don't know that's going to be the best way to do it. I'm going to try it. Is to, if the first number, the main number, doesn't work, it'll forward it to the second one, and then go to the cell phone. But even at this point, when some people call me, and I'm, let's say at night, I don't answer any of the phones. It can take up to about, I don't know, 16, 17 rings before it gets to the answering machine. So there are things to weigh there, but you do need to have a backup service, because I felt like my customers, if they're calling in, they're going to have, they're not going to know what happened. Busy, 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 busy. So I called them, and I did, you do everything that you can to alleviate the problem, but there are ways to make your business run better, and it is a business write-off. So if you spend another $50 a year or $100 a year for another phone line, it's okay. At least you're using it as a backup. So it's amazing what some of these companies actually don't do in order to keep the business up. I mean, I was asking, I said, what happened to backups? And some smart aleck in the forum was saying, hey, we're not talking about a Windows machine. These are servers in data centers. I said, yeah. I run an ISP, and we do backups of all the machines in data centers to multiple places. What are you trying to say? And didn't get a real response for that. A lot of people that are using these services are home users, so they don't, it's no big deal. But if you're a business and you're using it, you need to have a plan. What happens if your main phone providers goes down? That's what I was going to say. All right. Spence, what are you doing?
No, Dirtbag said that I didn't realize I was still on camera and I was doing stuff on the screen. He saw me yawning.
Yeah. So?
Said, you're boring me to death. So I switched the screen so it's not quite so telling.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
I was actually looking at, because I saw, was it John that put up there about, Alan put up that Jolly Roger Telephone Company. I love that idea. Do you know what they are, Amnon?
What?
Jolly Roger Telephone Company?
No.
It's a company that sets you up so that it handles your robocall by diverting them to bots that will play different audio. And the bots, like they've got, let's see how many they have here.
Eh.
The original Jolly Rogers, the voice of our founder with now classic inane comments, which has ungainfully occupied thousands of telemarketers.
Yeah, but these
So basically,
guys,
it just
you got to remember something. This is not people sitting there. These are machines doing it.
oh, I understand.
And they don't even know that you're doing it. Yeah, so you're keeping them busy, and maybe they will not call a cab. I just don't. I don't want to even bother with them. If you know,
But you can listen to the demos of the bots. It's pretty funny.
I'm sure it is. Oh, I mean, it's fun to do stuff. And for if it was for home use, yeah, you sit there and you
I
play
think
with it.
the starting price is like $99 to $1 a month or something like that for one line. I'm
Mm.
not sure how comprehensive that is, but it's a great idea. Why not? Did you talk about? I'm sorry, I was off reading this. Did you talk about the feature in your new voice over IP service with the press one for Delta Force?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I think that's just a very simple, elegant way to fix it.
Yeah, I mean, it took me a couple of days to sit there and build that
It's like capture for
call
voice.
flow. A what?
It's like capture for voice.
It's there's a bunch of things there that you can integrate into it. You tell it, okay, first check first. If you have fax machines, you could say, check to see if it's fax. If it's fax, send it to the fax machine. If it's this, if it's not fax, send it to here. There are a lot of things to do there. And
Go to the jollyrogertelephone.com site. You got to hear. You can actually set it up to record what's happening with the telemarketers.
Right.
So they have some recordings here of how they really jammed up. It's Salty Sally. Now that's one of the robots. Salty Sally answers credit card scammer, and that says Jolly Roger, another bot, gets solar panel guy really, really mad. So it does actually get through to humans. So,
well,
I mean,
it's pretty good.
If we should fund, right, a robo calling system, it's definitely the Jolly Roger one, and not the not the spamming one.
Yes.
So yeah, I like the concept. It is a novel concept.
mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can have
Maybe,
fun.
I don't know. Maybe we can get them to speak on the show.
That would be fun.
Yeah. But I wonder if they have the Jolly Roger telephone robot answer when you call to solicit them.
Well, maybe he has his own custom recording that he has set up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you really want to talk to me? You're going to have to go through some steps to really talk to me. So
you need to prove that a robot can't fool you.
Yeah. Oh, some of the robocalls that come and sound like natural voices
Oh,
At
yeah.
first, if you're not really paying attention, it really sounds like you're talking to somebody.
Yeah, so I have stopped for numbers that I do not recognize. I have stopped answering with voice. I'm staying silent until the other side talks. Uh, at least it gives me a hunch if they are repeating themselves in exactly the same intonation, right? Hello, hello, like exactly the same hello. And if I'm unsure, then I answer in Hebrew. I say shalom. So if it's a human, it throws them off, and then I say, "Oh, excuse me," and then I continue the conversation, right? But if it's a robot, then I know that if it goes on, immediately I just shut down, don't answer. And those are those that don't that pass my cell phone filtering. So no, don't get a lot of those, thankfully.
No.
I do get a lot of Chinese calls lately, though. I have no idea why. Like somebody's starting to speak with me Chinese. So yeah, that's strange on its own.
All right. It's that time of day. Hey, Nick.
Hey, Amnon.
Anything you wanted to add?
No, sir. Was there
You,
something I needed to add?
I was just wondering, Huh? Okay.
No, I don't think so.
All right. Gal, anything you wanted to add?
No.
Spence?
I'm good.
No, just that safe shopping out there. Don't buy stuff out of the back of somebody's trunk.
That's the only way to buy.
Only way?
Mm-hmm.
I remember buying a television in New York City back in the late 70s, and there was a business that was actually called Hole in the Wall. And I don't remember what avenue it was on, but you got to literally, it was a door, and you knocked on the door and said, Steve sent me. And you go inside and you bought stuff. And I bought my first color TV there, my new color TV. I had fixed old ones. And it was a good deal. But there were people out on the street in front of that place that want to sell you I can get you a better deal. I can get you a better deal. And it was, look, they'd roll up the back of the truck and you'd see the box. Oh, great. You'd buy it, pay them back then it was $200-300. And you put it in the trunk, you get it home, it was a box full of cinder blocks. There's no
Yeah,
TV
that's
in the
what.
box.
Yeah. You probably bought it from Amnon.
It was Amnon. It was down in Alphabet City. What was the Avenue 3? What was it? Avenue B and 3rd Street?
10th Street and Avenue C. Yeah, the 3rd Street is also.
I used to have customers down there. I'd have to walk by the Hells Angels headquarters.
That's
there.
2nd Street.
Yeah. That was where I'd take a taxi in, and I'd have to call somebody and have them come in another taxi to get me out, because you couldn't call a cab that wouldn't come into that neighborhood. But Avenue C and East 6th Street.
Yeah, the Hells Angels were on 2nd, and
Second.
I was when I lived there, I was managing 3 apartment buildings for a landlord from Brooklyn, and one of the buildings was the building where they were occupying, living there. So I used to go there to collect rent. The nicest people, the cleanest block. Unbelievable, And we're talking early 70s.
I was there
So it's
77, late 77 till 84. I guess I worked.
Yeah, I don't know how it was by then.
And I was right in the middle of the revolution, mostly the NoHo revival. Chelsea had already started to come back. Soho was booming, but NoHo had not caught on yet. And it was still a bunch of industrial buildings, old cast iron front buildings. And it started then, because I remember the first restaurant that opened on this one block in the middle of I had all these printing companies, and I fixed copiers in the very beginning, early days of IBM. And I had a bunch of customers there, and it was like, what's happened? This building is closing. Oh, no, it's opening. It's going to be a restaurant. I said, here? It was not a good neighborhood, but that was the beginning, and it just now it's all high end.
Huh?
Amazing. Yep.
Yep. All right. So I guess that's it for today. Thanks, Spence, Gal, Nick, and good morning, Kathy, Hannah, Nabil, Mac, Norm, Katie, and Dina. Thanks, everybody, for tuning to Computers 2K Now. We hope you enjoyed and maybe learned something from our time together. Remember to practice safe computing. Update your virus scanner. We'll be back here next Sunday at 9, but you can always reach us at computers2know.com. Oh, and hey, everybody, happy Turkey Day. See you next week.
You are tuned to the Nissan Communications Network. If you tuned in too late, you can always watch each program in its entirety or download an MP3 audio file of it in the archives section at nissancommunications.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook. Sponsored by Telestream's Wirecast software, StreamingGear.com, Carolina Apparel, and DeltaForce.net.